some things. I would hope so after 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, I don't know. But yes, the students had time both in that lab and in other courses actually to discuss, to read, and it was more than reading, there was actually comparison. So that the students maybe who identify with the same type could interact and then realize maybe that they're very different from each other after all. Because I believe the interaction with other people is a great way to learn about your best fit type.
One thing I would use is another way you could help compatibility between systems is ask about the intertype relations. With you, you like the FPs, and so that helps confirm your type. I was just, you know, if it's the same intertype relation as socionics, that's extra evidence that they're the corresponding types.
Unfortunately, about half of what you said was very garbled by the connection.
Oh, so I was just saying, with intertype, when we discussed your type, the intertype relations backed up your typing as INTJ, and I was just wondering if you could do that. So what I mean is, that helps to see the types correspond. You have the same intertype relations as predicted in those lines. So, for instance, with you.
Oh, got it. Oh, okay. I understand. Yeah. Right. Like, who are your friends? Yes, who do you get along with?
Just in the difference between ICP and INTJ, like Jules and the opposite. Like your Jewel is my conflictor. And so I find that a very powerful tool.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I would reconcile that with the idea of spin, which I do think is very valuable idea. Because I do find, for example, there are some people of my type I really can't stand, and because to me they seem very rigid and undeveloped. And then there are other, I would say that's true for many types. But on the whole, yes, of course, I believe that those the intertype relations are a great way to help you find, and understand the type.
I'll just say one thing. My opinion on intertype relations is that the jewels need to be close to each other, not too different. They have to have some of the other person within them, so they're not too different. Their lives aren't totally apart. They're not too extreme in either case. There has to be some similarity within each other. They have to be quite mature, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe this is a chance for Maria to catch up with Victor on.
Anyway, let me translate whatever I managed to get to Victor, and then we can go ahead. Я так поняла, что говорили о том, какую роль играет определение типа во всей методике Дарио, и он говорил о том, что его фигуранты, те, кто участвует в его исследованиях, они имели примерно 10 недель на то, чтобы ознакомиться с материалами, определить свой тип в соответствии с тем, что они прочли, и в соответствии с тем, как они взаимодействуют с другими участниками. И вообще, вот дальше речь пошла о том, что взаимодействие и интертипные отношения очень хороший способ определения типа. Вот. И в частности, отношения со своими тождями. Вот. И отчасти Дарио говорил, что есть представители его же типа, которых он не в состоянии переносить, потому что считает их жесткими в поведении. Вот. И вот на этом, по-моему, они закончили.
Понятно.
One of the things Dario looked at a few months ago was DCNH, and how that. And I think you compared it to Linda Bounds' interaction styles, some aspects of it. Do you remember reading that, Dario?
I sort of vaguely remember that. Do you think that that would be an interesting topic to bring up at some point?
Yeah, it's just like...
Подтипы. Подтипы еще одна интересная тема для обсуждения. Дарио с ней в какой-то степени знаком.
Да, внутри я хочу сказать, что это необходимо объяснить, поскольку внутри одного и того же типа есть очень большие различия и в способностях, и в поведении, и в роли в группе, которую занимает человек.
Yeah, Victor is saying that subtypes are accountable for huge differences within the type regarding the role in the group and abilities and behavior. So that's vital. It's maybe a good idea to discuss that.
Speaking of discussion, who is hoping to attend the conference in Miami in July?
Well,
I believe
Victor, right?
Elena is.
Elena. Okay.
Yeah, Victor might or might not be able to go. I don't know. That's
Okay, I understand.
Кто может приехать на конференцию в Майами в июле?
Ну вот, может быть, Елена приедет. Только она.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I'm probably only going to be there for 2 days. That's why I ask. I'm scheduled on the same day as you, but I have a chance to go do a workshop in Atlanta, which will make money. So I may do that for some of the conference.
Dario, when will you be in England, EEG and people? Because I'd like to have my brain EEG, and Jack can have his as well.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good question, and it's great because you can use the EEG results without any reference to type whatsoever. I do have a tentative schedule to be there at the end of November or beginning of December, but there's nothing finalized yet. Of course, I will return at some point in the next year, no question. I just don't know when.
So you'll be in England when the weather's bad?
Well, I have to say, I've actually been in England in the winter several times, and it's always been wonderful while I've been there. The snowstorm ends the day before I arrive, and another one begins the day after I leave.
Oh, lucky charm.
Yes, it's always been that way. I actually don't know such a thing as bad English weather, even though I've been there like 8 or 9 times.
You should stay here longer. We can make our weather better.
So sorry. Yeah. And I do hope to go to the Netherlands and Copenhagen again sometime in the next year or two.
Дарио обсуждает свои планы по посещению Европы.
Да, я понял это.
Maria, I think you said that Victor said that Victor would be interested in doing some of his work on forms of cognition, and then maybe that could be compared with Linda Berens, and a way to get Linda in again to compare these two systems of all these forms of cognition stuff.
Can you repeat, please?
Oh yeah, I was just wondering if maybe we could have a hangout in the future on Victor's forms of cognition, and sort of compare it with Linda Berens's cognitive styles that she has for the quadras.
Было бы неплохо еще сравнить формы мышления в гуманитарной соционике с стилями мышления Линды Беренс.
Да, было бы неплохо. Я с удовольствием приму участие, если будет такая конференция.
Victor said he would be glad to participate if there is a conference about that.
Yeah, I like the fact that Linda actually got to the quadras. There's another point of similarity with socionics, with the cognitive styles. Could you know more about that, Dario, the cognitive styles?
Sure. Well, it was funny because Linda was motivated because she felt logically something needed to be there, but she didn't know what it was. In other words, she recognized that the the structure of the type models suggested these 4 categories, but didn't have any experience thinking in those terms. And so she spent some time and working with other people to develop that. But I think that was very nice that her motivation was strictly because the models implied it should exist.
Yes, that does fit in very well with introvert.
Речь идет о том, что Линда заинтересовалась этой темой, поскольку структура модели подразумевала, что должны быть какие-то 4 категории соответствующие. И поскольку у нее не было опыта и реальных знаний на эту тему, она начала работать с разными людьми, чтобы заполнить эту нишу. Но это очень интересно и очень характерно для интроверта проделать такую работу практически на пустом месте, просто потому что структура ее заставит.
Да, все правильно, я тоже так делаю.
Виктор,
я вижу пустое место, я заполняю.
Yeah, so Jack, I think Linda has the style that she calls the enhancing mind, like fits the alphas, and then she has one called customizing, fits the betas, and then she has one called authenticating, which really fits the deltas.
Yeah. Ben is saying that Linda's cognitive styles mostly fit the quadras because the enhancing mind is looks very similar to alphas, customizing mind to betas, and so on.
Mm.
I saw that model, and I also see a little bit of a subtype in it.
Oh yes. I forgot that you know about that. I forgot, Maria. You know a lot about different systems.
Yeah, I did mention that in the community.
Ah, good.
Also, I will say that also to Linda's merit, she is probably the only person in the MBTI community who gave a description of SI, a personal description of SI related to her as her tertiary function, that sounded like the SI in Socionics on her blog. She's the only person in MBTI who's done that.
Can you repeat, please?
I was saying that out of all the people in the MBTI community, Linda Behrens is the one person who has described introverted sensation in a way that is similar to introverted sensation in Socionics.
Из всего сообщества, относящегося к MBTI, Линда Беренс единственная описала интровертную сенсорику, похоже на описание в соционике.
Может быть, я не знаю. Это тогда очень хорошо для нас. Мы найдем общий язык.
Виктор saying that it's great because we are likely to find the common language.
Jack, did you read? There's an article on Linda Behrens' website about why she likes the ESFJ and why she gets on with her ESFJ friend and the shared cognitive style. Did you have a look at that?
I haven't had a look at that, but that does sound very interesting, and it probably is an Socionics reference to the idea put forward by Kiersey, which in my opinion has put MBTI back a long way in terms of this idea of SJs being narrow-minded traditionalists.
Linda would actually these days agree that there's a developmental issue, and that for some reason the SJs in particular are still characterized in a way that's an average developmental level, whereas a lot of effort has been made to make the SPs look better, more developed, yeah. And then of course the intuiting types are usually portrayed in their more developed state. And she'd actually, one of her goals is to go back and describe the temperaments. She and I have been talking about this in a more developmental way, so that we will recognize the more mature aspects of SI.
So would that be like the Enneagram levels of mental health?
Are you talking about temperaments in which sense?
Wow. Oh, the Kiersey temperaments.
Kiersey temperaments.
Can you name them, please?
Oh, you've got like artisan, the SE types. So improviser, Linda calls them improviser for the SE types, stabilizer for the SI types. She calls the NTs theorists and the NFs catalysts, I think.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Dario, in your book, you wrote something about how SI types can have surprising abilities. Just come out of nowhere. This like different part of the brain switches on.
Give me a quick second for translating.
Okay. Sorry.
Речь в целом идет о том, что есть нужда в том, чтобы описать некоторые типы и группы типов, которые были описаны не вполне адекватно благодаря некоторым презумпциям на их счет. Допустим, вот заботливые сенсорики были описаны как узкие традиционалисты и так далее. Вот сейчас идет работа преимущественно, во многом идет работа над этим. Вот определить темпераменты по Керси в более развернутом виде, так чтобы они выглядели менее одиозно, чем раньше.
Да, Мария, ну вы же знаете, скажите, что тут...
Oh, he's frozen. Oh.
Victor?
I think it's frozen. Dario, if you say some of the like surprising things SI types can do, and then by the time Victor comes back, Maria could give him a translation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it seems like it would be a better topic for when we talk about SI.
Oh yes. Yeah. Sorry.
I know that's going to require patience on all of our parts.
Yeah.
Because it opens up a really rich topic.
Yeah.
And really interesting, and I think we only have like 3 minutes, so yes, but for next time, yeah.
It's sort of a lead-in. This is the big one will be the next one because it will touch on Kersey as well, and the debate between. My personal feeling is I find his temperaments, the SE types and the SI types, very useful. And I find them very useful, but not so much the NTs and the NFs.
Yeah, I do find temperament very useful, but I think there are problems with the way Kersey presented them in some cases. And I do agree that the way he put them in Please Understand Me did set back type in terms of the negative stereotypes around the sensing. People.
Yeah.
I asked about temperaments because I wanted to avoid being confused because in socionics temperaments are like EP, IP, J.
Yeah, the young Gulenko temperament.
Мария, я тут, извините, пропался, опять присоединился. Значит, вы, наверное, сказали то, что я, в принципе, хотел сказать, о том, что есть наша соционическая теория темпераментов, которая, ну, совершенно не совпадает, да, с темпераментами по Керси.
Я вас
Тут будут большие трудности, как тут согласовать и найти какие-то точки соприкосновения.
Go on there.
Maybe we need to just decide what will be discussed as temperament.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And what will be called something else.
So well, Victor does have.
This is an issue with.
Or we may avoid the term temperament altogether.
Oh yeah.
Linda doesn't even call them temperament anymore, so it's yeah. Just to distinguish from the original use in the literature and in psychology, and where it's more actually like the socionics version, even in Western psychology, and then of course Kersey's stuff, which is different. So we'll know for next time we should set some meaning for those. But I think it's now time to say what is it, Auf Wiedersehen? To be very German about the time, and yes, and I really appreciate it. It's very, very interesting, and thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so do you want me to stop the hangout now?
Виктор, прошу прощения, я хотела сказать, что темпераменты в соционике наверное, имеют преимущество, потому что они более, определяются более традиционно.
Совершенно верно. Они определяются в русле психологических традиций.
Да, вот. Поэтому для кирсианских темпераментов, скорее всего, выберется какой-то другой термин. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to start